Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today a little bit different stream. Today we're chatting Star Wars Comic Cons, fan expos, conventions, and it's kind of for people who haven't been to an expo or a con before. So like some tips, some tricks for beginners, and help you navigate like a pro. So my guest today is someone who's I think he's a professional at this. He's been going to these cons for quite a while. We got my friend Tony from Star Wars Sith. Hey Tony, thanks for coming on, bro.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Do you want to let people know about your channel, where they can find you if they're not following you already?
Yeah, so my channel is Star Wars Sith 66 on YouTube. Started about 2 years ago, and I started my channel covering Star Wars celebrations, how to do it, how it works, and showing you the experience. So that's basically how my channel started, and I cover celebrations, megacons, ICCC, fan expos, Tampa Bay Comic Con, Ocala Comic Con, a little bit of everything convention wise and Star Wars wise.
Nice. Yeah. So you mentioned you started doing the with the Star Wars celebration. So how many years have you been going to just conventions in general, just including Star Wars celebration? And like, what was your first year? Like, what was the first con that you went to?
So I started 2015. MegaCon Orlando was my first convention. Good old Ricky dragged me along because I'm like, what is this thing that he always goes to? So I went to that, had a blast. 2017 was my first celebration, and even my first 2 years, I barely knew as much as I know now, especially celebration wise. And I've just learned so much over my little 9 year run of going to conventions.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because like I've been watching your videos, your celebration videos, and even like recently, it seems like you've been to I don't know, a lot more this year compared to other years. Like you,
Yeah,
you went to Chicago. I saw that. That's awesome.
yeah.
How was that?
So lately I've just been like applying for press pass and I've been getting
Yes.
approved a lot more. So it's like, why not go? So I did Chicago this year, Tampa Bay Comic Con. I did MegaCon this year. What else did I do this year? A bunch of other ones, but yeah, Chicago was the one that I just did. Chicago was an unreal experience for Star Wars fans because like I got to meet and get the autograph from this guy here. So Mark Hamill,
Yes.
which was nuts. And then the next day, his father was there. I got the autograph from Hayden. So Chicago was just unreal meeting those two guys. I got probably the most insane photo op in history. The father and
Yes.
son with
Father and son.
Mark and Hayden, unreal. I also got a single with Luke. I mean, come on, it's
With
Mark.
Mark, yeah, yeah, you got to do
Yeah.
that. You got to get it. If he came, because like I know Mark's prices are pretty pricey. Like how much did you pay for the Mark Hamill?
Oh God. An arm and a leg. I think the photo was 400 for the single and the
Yeah,
dual was 7, which is a ridiculous price, but especially with Mark, he's what, 80 something years old. He's getting up there
yeah,
and we just lost James Earl Jones. So like he's now somebody I'll never be able to meet in my life. I wasn't risking that with Mark, so that's why I flew there, no hesitation, no like worry about the cost. I just figured it out later just because it's such a rare opportunity.
yeah. You're like credit card, charge it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yep.
yeah,
Figure it out later. Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
No, that's crazy. We got SPC Unleashed in the house. He says, "What's up, guys? Hey, thanks for hopping in the chat."
Austin, what's up, Austin?
The Galactic Cantina says, "Yo, what's up?"
Galactic.
Blade of Merrick says, "Hello there, just subbed. Thank you,
What up, Marek?
appreciate it." Yeah, so I figured we'd chat a little bit about like I don't know. Let's start with what to take to your first con, because like I'm going to Edmonton Expo in a week here, so I'm doing the three
Yeah.
days for the first time. But like my first time, I'm not as seasoned as you are. I went for the first time back, not last year, I guess the year before. So what was that, 2022? I guess it would have
Yeah.
been. And I did like I was doing the YouTube, but I wasn't recording that year. I just went and kind of explored and went to see what all the fuss was about, and
Uh-huh.
it's cool. Like it's it's got a lot of stuff for everyone, a lot of Star Wars stuff, and I can't remember who the guests were. I think Ashley Eckstein was there, so I
Mhm.
probably should have gotten an autograph or something like that. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what it was all about, right? So then the last year I went. So last year I went and I got my first auto or first photo op. I didn't get to the autographs that year, and the
Yeah.
photo ops are really cool. Like because I met Carl Weathers, which
Woo.
thankfully I did because like he passed away the following year, right? Or yeah,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just this year I think it was. It was
Yeah.
just this. Yeah, so I'm glad I got the photo op. Um, and then I went to Calgary, which is like 3 hours from here, because they put on a bigger show. I heard they put on a bigger show, so it's the same thing. These Fan Expo ones, they're all run
Yeah.
by the same company, so it's pretty much the same thing, but on a bigger scale because they had like Artist Alley in a different building, which was cool, and
Mhm.
so like they had a lot more artists and stuff. So that was cool. And then I did my second photo op and got autographs that time. So now I'm on my fourth convention now. So pretty excited to go. I got some autographs I'm gonna get. I got some photo ops booked. But
Nice.
yeah. So what kind of stuff do you take to when you go to these cons and stuff? Because for someone like even myself who's like not a seasoned pro yet, like what are some stuff I could bring? Because like what kind of stuff do you bring? Obviously I take a backpack
Yeah.
with me to put some stuff in if I need to buy anything that will fit in there, but also like water to stay hydrated. I bring snacks because like you're going to a convention center, they're gouging the prices on that food and stuff. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So
So
what are some essentials you take with you?
So you hit the nail on the head already with a few. So the first thing you start off with is a backpack. You have to have some sort of backpack with you, and then I learned this after 2019 Chicago. Bring an empty refillable water bottle. Like I have like a Wallow water bottle, but you could bring any. It could be even just a empty like water bottle like this. You could fill up, but bring some sort of bottle because at Chicago we were spending like $20 a day on like soda and beer at
Yeah.
Celebration. And over 5 days, I'm like, yo, I spent $100 on soda. Like, that's ridiculous. So, backpack, water bottle. The next thing is power banks. And I used to just bring one. Now I bring two with me. So, I have like a traditional power bank like this that has USB slots so you could charge multiple devices. So, this is handy with, with the cords that you need.
Yeah.
Now I also have this little Anchor one, right? Because this one just magnets on my iPhone for a quick charge.
Oh, nice.
So this one's super convenient. So some sort of way to charge your devices, because if you're there for a while or in lines for a while for photos and autos or panels, you're on your phone, you're using your camera. Power banks are crucial. Um, Snacks, like you just said. Oh man, at Anaheim Celebration, the hotel me and Ricky stayed at had free breakfast and it had prepackaged stuff. We would
Yeah.
load up with stuff because when you're at the con, like you said, the prices are insane and the food 90% of the time sucks. So you're spending $20 on this cold pizza, 15 bucks
Yeah.
on one hot dog that's not that good. So definitely bring snacks. Also, I learned this the hard way at Anaheim Celebration. The first day we went, we didn't even have time to go eat because like we got there, we had a panel right at 12, then we had a photo op right at 2, then I had an autograph, then we had to go line up for this. So literally we had no time to eat. My first day at Anaheim Celebration, me and Ricky didn't eat until 4:30 in the afternoon, and I don't even think Ricky got to eat. I had a bag of popcorn and a Kit Kat because that's all that I could find that had a short line. But
Yeah.
bringing stuff with you, that's crucial. And like one of the newer things that I just learned to my brother Nick, shout out to Nick, is if you're doing autographs, bring your own markers, right?
Oh, nice.
my
Yeah.
my brother always brought markers and I always made fun of him. I'm like, you fool, they have them at the table. But then I didn't realize, the ones at the table, after a while they run out. So like it could be to the point where your autograph might not look the best. And
Right.
this brand that he got, it's a Sharpie oil-based paint marker, bro, amazing.
Yeah.
So I have
So how
these.
does that write? Because you did the plates. I got the plate last year from or this year from D Bradley Baker.
Yeah,
Like how do those write on the plates? Like do they dry
bro,
pretty quick?
perfectly.
Yeah, it's like a
Perfect.
fine. It looks like a fine tip too, eh?
Yeah, so I would no, it's not even fine tip. It's they do have fine tip, but it's a regular like Sharpie tip.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
There's different sizes, but with the paint, it's like I want to say it's almost a little bit thicker than a Sharpie, but it dries super quick because like with the plaques, you'll get it signed, put it back in the
yeah,
sleeve, and then I put it back in the top loader, and like it's perfect. I had no issues transporting it in my backpack back to Florida from Chicago. So like now I will always have these with me. And another cool thing is like exact marker, this exact one, Mark Hamill used, Hayden Christensen used, Amadeus Fondi used, John Connor used, Junis used. I'm trying to think, Cameron Monaghan used. So it's kind of cool, like that. All those legends used this marker. Like this is crazy, especially
yeah,
Mark Hamill.
yeah. And you can say that now too. You can make a Mark Hamill clone. You have his DNA
Yeah.
on there.
Yes. Yes. Oh yes. So yeah, definitely
Yeah, that's incredible.
markers is
Yeah,
a
I didn't
good
think about
one.
the markers. Yeah,
Y-
and
y-
same with the power banks. I think I took one last year, but I think I might take a second one because once you're charging your phone, like it's going to drain that power bank, and you're going to need another power bank later, right? So, um, yeah, I didn't even think about those either. But yeah, the
the-
markers are a good one.
yeah, another good one would be if you're getting photos to have like a plastic sleeve like this or
Oh,
an
okay.
Itoya like folder binder. I have an Itoya binder. It's just like a flip through binder and you could slide all your photos in there so they stay nice and safe in your bag. Have you seen those before?
I don't know if I have. Like, I have a little folder, like a
Hold on.
portfolio book for like my artwork. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead. You
grab it.
go
I'm gonna
grab
grab
it.
it.
Yeah. Got Tim in the chat says hello there. Hey Tim, thanks for hopping in the chat there. Yeah, so I let me grab mine too because I got like a kind of a portfolio for books or for art prints, which we'll get into at some point. But um, I don't know if it'll fit in my bag either. So I'm curious to see what Tony has here for his photos because I do have a couple photos on the wall behind me, which I'll show when we talk about photo ops and stuff. Because as Tony mentioned, like the lineups for some of these photo ops are just crazy. So yeah, the power bank's awesome. That's an awesome idea.
Oh, it's right here. Okay. I
Yeah. Okay.
couldn't I,
So
I couldn't find my small one, but I did find it. So it's like this, and it's just a little binder, and it
okay.
literally has every one of my photo ops in it. So it
Oh,
keeps
nice.
it nice and neat, safe in your backpack. You don't gotta worry about it. But the brand is Art Portfolio
Yeah.
by Itoya.
Yeah. So I got the same brand book for like my art prints. So that's what I put my
Yep.
all my art prints in, right? So I got like that for
Yep.
all the because I go big for these,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember the size. I think it's like 17 by like 20 something or 30. I can't remember how big these are.
This
But
one's this one's 14 by 17 for the art
yeah,
print.
maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
And the small one's
So
eight and a half by
yeah,
11 for the photo
do you
ops.
take the one for the prints with you too, like in your backpack? Does it fit in your
So
backpack or?
this I brought to London with me because I brought the prints. So like since I stayed at the hotel, this was just in my luggage. I left this at the hotel. So this is mainly to bring it from far if I'm traveling
Right.
far. But like this thing is ginormous to carry around. Unless I know
Yeah.
I'm buying a ton of exclusive prints, I would lug this around if I had to because it would protect them. If not, I bring this to my hotel.
Yeah. Yeah. See that? I didn't do that last year. I probably will like, just put it in my car because I'm going local again this year, just in town here.
Yeah, you can do
Um,
that.
yeah. Ricky, the other con
Here,
king there. Here we go. Tim said somehow Tony's returned. Yeah.
what up, Tim?
At Blade of Merrick, yo. Yeah, so yeah, I'll probably do that this year. But like, I booked I booked a flight because I'm gonna get tickets for Niagara Falls Comic Con, which is
Oh,
it's not done by Fan Expo, so it should be different stuff hopefully. And
yeah.
I looked at past guests, and they have some really cool guests. Like they get a lot of wrestling guests at that one too.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so that'll be fun. So because like I haven't been to Niagara Falls yet either, so that'll be pretty cool. Cross two things off my list. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'll probably take that there too, just because it'll fit in my suitcase, and I can bring whatever art I get back. Because usually at these
exactly.
cons, I don't go crazy for the collectibles. It's usually like the
Me
art
either.
and the
Yeah.
photos and the autographs now. So I'm kind of addicted to those things. So um,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
man. It's trouble because like my first 4 years of conventions, I never did autos and photos at Orlando Celebration, Chicago Celebration, my first three megacons. I never did. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I don't want to pay for it. But then like when Carrie Fisher passed away, when Stanley passed away, and Stanley was a big one because Stanley was always at MegaCon Orlando. So I took it for granted. I'm like, oh, he's here. Maybe one day I'll see him.
yeah,
And now that you can't, I don't take it for granted. If there's a guest that means something to me that I grew up with watching, I'm gonna make it happen because like just like the other day, James Earl Jones, you never know, and I don't want to regret it.
yeah. Yeah, because I've seen some of your autographs that you gotten. You've gotten the voice actor who plays Mario recently. I think it was a little while
Yes.
ago. So yeah,
Yes.
you're not just sticking to Star Wars. You're doing and anyone who's kind of
Dude,
got a
my
childhood memory of, yeah.
Mario, I did the voice actor for Princess Zelda. I did Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly, and Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown, because that's my childhood too, besides Star Wars. So yeah, man, I am not taking it for granted at all, no matter who
Yeah,
they are.
very cool. Bladed Merrick says, "Love the Mando tattoo on your arm." Thanks, man. Yeah,
Yes, he's
had that
official.
forever now. I'm official. Yeah, part of the creed. Uh, Ricky said, "I used to be the con pro, but Tony surpassed me. Now he's the Jedi Master." Yeah, right. So
Got him.
I made a good choice here.
Got him.
And Tim gifted one seriously Star Wars membership.
Yes.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate that, buddy.
Tim is a legend, man. He is a legend in the chat.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you, Tim. Yeah. So autographs. So you said you get like the autographs and photo ops of pretty much anyone who you got like a really good memory of. So how do you
Yeah.
decide? Because like a lot of these photo ops, like Mark Hamill's really expensive. There's some like I got one book with C3PO and he's like 135,
Nice.
so that's not too bad. I know
No,
some
that's
can
not bad.
get into like 200, $300
Yeah.
for some people. How do you decide who to get first? Because let's say like Mark Hamill and Hayden, they were there, but let's say there was I don't know, someone else who was there that you wanted to get a photo op for, and your funds are limited. Who would you? How do you decide on who to get first? Like,
Good question. So I guess it depends on who like means the most to you. Now, if they all mean the most to you, what I would say is like see who it is and how often do they do cons. Because like Hayden, for example, this dude is everywhere, right?
yeah,
Anthony Daniels does a lot. D. Bradley Baker, you see all the time. So
yeah.
it
Ashley Eckstein's at all of these things.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's a big factor because if they're at every con, then you could just catch them at the next one because you know they're going to be there. But if like Mark Hamill, the second I saw Mark Hamill was announced for Fan Expo, I was in the movie theater watching Phantom Menace on May the 4th, and I almost had a heart attack. And I booked it right away because he rarely does conventions. He did Fan Expo San Fran last year. Then before that, he hasn't done a con since 2017. So
oh wow.
he was on Octo for literally 5-6 years of real world years. So that's going to be the biggest thing is how rare they are. And then also it could be a factor on maybe you're going to this convention only one day. That person might not even be there the day that you go. You might be going only on a Friday and they're only there Saturday, Sunday. So that could play a factor too, their availability even at that con. But I always look just to see, okay, how rare is this person? Like Shin next Saturday at Ocala Comic Con. It's a no-brainer for me, but she hasn't been at
Yeah,
a con in a while recently, so she's kind of rare because she might be busy doing other things. But definitely, it's looking to seeing like when their next con is, because if you can't even see that, then they might be rare.
Right. Yeah. So I think what I did, especially this year, not so much the first time, like the first year when I got Carl Weathers, like the photo op, I was like, well, he's kind of getting older, so I kind of want to get a photo
Yeah,
op with him. And then same in Calgary, like Wedge, like I don't think he's been to Canada too much, so I got the photo op with Wedge
yeah,
because of that. But plus, also he's getting up there in age, so who knows? Like, I mean, it could happen. Like anyone could go at any time,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I try to get the photo ops with the older, like legendary actors. I guess yeah, the older actors. So C3PO, I'm doing this time.
yeah.
I'm also getting Tamora's photo op and the autograph actually for
Nice.
Tamora. So like
Yes.
I don't know if he's been to Canada yet, or at least this part.
Uh-huh.
So that should be cool. He looks like
Yeah.
he's awesome to meet.
He
I know
he is
Hannah met him and
amazing.
interviewed him. Yeah, he looks like he's a lot of fun to talk to.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of go based a little bit on age, but also on price because I mean, like this year it hasn't been too bad. I think tomorrow is 135 for the photo op, and then
Yeah.
100 and something for the autograph. So he's not too bad. But like if I had to, let's say if Mark Hamill came here or someone who's high up in price like that, Mark Hamill's going to be like the only one I get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. I know.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep. You got to
yeah,
make those decisions. So, yeah,
yeah,
like the age is another thing too. Like I'm going to ICCC next month, and like Wedge is there. Like
yeah,
so I'm gonna show you real quick. I got a bunch of plaques made for ICCC,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Wedge is gonna be there. So right away, Empire Strikes Back, Wedge Antilles in the flight suit. So I definitely took advantage of that. Now another one
Yes.
that's gonna be there that's older, and like not that I did so expensive, but like who knows? Because he is old. Billy D, Lando
Oh
Calrissian.
yeah, Lando. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So how
So
much is he? How much is Lando? He's
oh
got to
my
be up there
god,
in price.
300, which is crazy. More than Hayden, more than Ewan. I'm also gonna knock out Warwick Davis. I love
Yeah,
little Warwick.
yeah.
This guy, the actor for Greedo, he's up there in age and he rarely does shows. So I'm gonna knock out Greedo as
Yeah,
well.
so that's a physical actor, yeah. Because there was
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
someone who'd passed away who portrayed Greedo, but I think that might have been the voice
yeah,
actress or something.
yeah. And then Timothy Zahn, the creator of
Yeah,
Thrawn, will be there. So I'm gonna get his. He's at a lot of shows, but like he's $10 for an autograph, which is
yeah,
nuts.
that's
And
crazy.
and then the voice actor for Thrawn in the audiobooks of Timothy Zahn, Mark Thompson's gonna be there. He also
Oh, nice.
voices a bunch of Pokemon. So I made this Thrawn Gengar plaque, which I think he'll get a kick out of this one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's crazy. You got a whole stack. You're gonna be going in there like a stack of
dude,
dollar bills, right?
I
Oh,
know.
there. Oh, and Shin.
Shin for next Saturday at Ocala. I'm just doing 2 autographs Shin, and then the voice actor from Rogue from X-Men is gonna be there. So
Oh, nice.
I love the X-Men and X-Men 97 show. So yeah, I got a stack of plaques. But another thing that's convenient with this is look how little these are. Like they just go right in your backpack.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
drop his
convenient.
Instagram in the chat here for anyone who wants to get a plaque because
Yeah,
I've got three now, and they're really great quality. And yeah, Ariel does a great job of these things. So I'm just gonna put that in the chat for you guys to
he
check that
does.
out too if you want to. Yeah, yeah, no, that's awesome. Actually, I'm gonna grab one more because I got Wedge's autograph too,
Yeah, yeah. And then
but it's on the
show me you got some new plaques for that you're gonna get signed too, right?
yeah. So I'll show you those. Before we get into some other stuff. So I'll start with my first autograph. So the first one was D. Bradley Baker. So
Ooh.
I did the table photo op and the autograph. So what? That's another thing. So are there times where you're like, you know what? I'll just do the table photo op instead of the actual photo op just to
Yeah.
save a little bit of money. Yeah,
Money
there
and time. And time.
and time. Yeah, yeah. Like which times have you done the table photo op instead?
So I haven't done a table photo op yet. So when I first started doing this stuff, I
Yeah,
just did nothing but photo ops first. I didn't get into autographs, and I blame Nilda and Evan because these guys, I see all their damn cool plaques, but I didn't start doing autographs till I got plaques this year.
yeah,
So it was always photo ops, and now I'm the opposite. It's like I don't even want to see them in a picture. I want a cool plaque sign.
yeah,
So yeah, I haven't dabbled with now the 2-for-1, doing the plaque and the photo just yet.
yeah, yeah. So I did that with D. So I'll show everyone the photo after. But yeah, that's the one with D. So I had to go with the Bad Batch for that one.
So nice.
Yeah. So that's from that's from earlier this year in April when Calgary was. The other plaques, so the two plaques I got this year, I got Eman or Eman. I guess Eman is it?
Aman,
Asmandi
yeah,
Ezra?
Aman
Yeah,
Asmani,
Aman.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yes.
and he's such a great guy to talk to. Like I went up to his booth in
Uh-huh.
Calgary and I just like kind of chatted with him for a little bit when he had nobody at the
Nice.
table. And he's such a nice guy.
He
Which
is.
is one thing I wanted to bring up too, because maybe people who haven't been to a con or they've gone to a couple and maybe they don't know this. You can, if there's nobody at the table, you can go up to these
Yep.
guests and just chat with them, be like, hey, I loved you in this. I really appreciate what you did for the fandom and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they're just regular people. They'll talk to you. They don't mind, right? So yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was really nice. So I'm getting his autograph. And then,
Mm.
like I mentioned, the Boba Fett one. This. Look at this plaque. You got Django on one side, and
Ooh,
then Boba on the other.
the dual plaque. That looks so good. He's gonna
Yeah.
love that.
So yeah. So I got the autograph, and then I'm getting the photo op with Tamora. So I'm excited about that one. And then, like I said, like you can like the autographs. They're cool too because you get to talk to the
Yeah,
actors and the celebrities a little bit too. So yeah, I got Wedge on a piece of art back in April.
that's
So he
so
signed
cool.
it and he put a quote on there. Look at the size of that thing,
That's
which is
awesome.
yeah, which is awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that's the cool thing about the autographs and like the table autographs and table photos because you can kind of get that couple minutes of
Yeah,
one-on-one interaction, right? Like
yeah.
D kind of like did I asked him a question and he answered in like Rucker's voice and stuff like that, and
Oh,
it's pretty awesome. Um,
I haven't met D yet. I'm dying to meet him. Because I want to get a plaque made for Clone 99. And I bet you
oh, that's awesome.
nobody brings him any Clone 99 thing to get signed. It's always Rex or the Bad Batch or this or that. So I can't wait to see his reaction when I bring him a Clone 99 plaque.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tim says seriously, Star Wars, you're welcome. Just sub to you too. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it, buddy.
Nice.
Thanks, Tony. But you're the real legend. Yeah, you're not wrong, Tim. Especially with how much this guy's been blowing up. What are you at? Like 30K almost?
Not yet.
just
Not yet.
just
I
about
wish.
close enough. You're closer to 30K than you are to 1K. So we got Alex in the chat. Hey Alex, says yo, what's up?
Sup, Alex?
Star Wars nerd says hello there. Hey,
What
how's it
up?
going? Thanks for hopping in the chat. Star Wars nerd, what's up, dude? Not much procrastinating. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Yeah, hope everyone's enjoying their day off. Yeah, but yeah, what were we chatting about? The autographs. Yeah, so yeah, because the photo ops are cool. Like you get to go in and get that photo with the actor or whatever, the actress, the celebrity, but you're kind of like you got no time. They're just like, here, come stand this way,
Yeah.
snap. Okay, you're done. Yeah. So um
Yeah.
yeah, so I think I'm still probably gonna go up to Anthony Daniels' table and kind of just talk to him a little bit if he's got some free time. But yeah, Wedge, you're gonna love meeting Wedge,
I
Dennis
cannot
Lawson.
I cannot wait. And like I'm gonna like all these other great content creators like Hannah at the race side, Jose at General Kenobi's bunker. These guys are always interviewing these people at cons. So at ICCC, I'm literally gonna shoot my shot with everybody. So hopefully, I'm gonna hit up the guy that's running it and be like, "Hey, how does it work for interviews?" Like, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
figure it out. But like, how crazy would it be if I could get a little one-on-one with Wedge for a couple minutes, or Warwick or Timothy Zahn. So I want to try to get to that, man, because like those one-on-one convos, they're just people, man. They're so genuine. It's nice, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, Wedge was awesome. I actually, because like I was using the DJI Osmo
Yeah.
at Calgary earlier this year, so I had my friend just hold it, and he was standing away, but I had the mic mounted, so you can
You
see
can
the
hear it.
video on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see
Yes.
the video, and when I was talking to Wedge, and he's so nice. He's so nice.
Yeah.
And same with E-Man. Like he's so nice. It's just incredible talking to these people. Like they're just people.
Yeah.
Yes, they're celebrities, but they're just people. They'll talk to you like you're, they're meeting you for the first time, and it's nice. It's nice interactions with them. So yeah,
It
I
is.
enjoy it for sure. Like I said, like if even if you're not getting an autograph, you just want to go say hi, go say hi. Don't miss out on that opportunity to at least say hi to one of your idols. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool that you're gonna try and do the interviews. I'm gonna try to do the same because I got the press pass for Edmonton Expo this year, so that's why I'm going in 3 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been speaking to their head of media or whatever,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
person who, yeah, and they said you can request interviews. So I just got to talk to them when I go and see if their schedule has time to do something. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping like tomorrow or Daniel Logan is actually coming. He was a latecomer,
Ooh,
and now I'm
yes.
like, I was like, I don't know, I don't have time to get a
Ooh.
plate made because like he's got the photo op and the table photo and the autograph
Yeah.
combo. So I was like, oh man, like they just announced him earlier this week, and I'm like, I don't know if the plate will get here in time.
Are they
Otherwise, I
doing
totally would.
are they
Yeah,
doing
they're
the
doing a
dual?
duo. Yeah,
Dude, do it. Do it. You're gonna
yeah.
regret it, bro. This dual photo
Uh,
was one of the best experiences. Like they're so fun together. They're just messing around with each other. When I walked up tomorrow, was like, "That's a nice shirt. I should take it up off you. I like your shirt." And they're so. If you could do this, Chris, do it. This, oh my god, bro.
yeah.
This,
I know. I gotta look into it because I paid for the
this.
tomorrow one, but
I think you
I
could
guess that's one
exchange
thing
it.
we can.
I
I was
think
gonna
you
say
could.
we can segue into that, like
Yeah.
because you've exchanged photo ops before, right?
Yep. So if it's through Epic Photo Ops, it literally shows how to do it on the website. Like you just add it to your cart, and when you go to check out, above where it says credit card, it says exchange ticket. You just click exchange ticket, put your ticket number in, and it credits it towards that next purchase. So like you literally can do that, take your Tamora and turn it into the dual Boba Fett photo op. This was one of my favorite experiences, man. Like both of
Yeah,
them, I felt like I was in Attack of the Clones. I felt like I was walking into Camino. It was so cool. If you can do that, oh, don't sleep on it, bro. Do not sleep on it.
yeah. I think I'm gonna look into it after because
Yeah.
I don't want to miss out on Daniel Logan. Like I'm gonna go up and talk to him regardless, but having that photo would be pretty cool.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but it's too bad I couldn't get the plate though. Like a young Boba plate.
When is that show?
That's next weekend.
Oh yeah, that's shipping. I mean, you could
Yeah,
ask
the
if
shipping up here,
you could ask
express
if it,
maybe.
yeah, you might have to pay a little more, but if worst case, just do the dual photo and just get an autograph
Yeah,
at the next show.
yeah, yeah. Because I don't know how often he comes up this way. So, but he does do the cons pretty regularly, I think.
Dude, he is at every con here in the States. He was at MegaCon. I met him again at MegaCon when Nilda was getting her autograph. So I got to go up to talk to him. Anaheim, I did a photo with that dual photo. I got a free autograph from him at Anaheim because he was at the box lunch booth. And
Oh, nice.
we got this for free. Me and Ricky, we both went, but this Boba Fett photo, free Daniel Logan autograph from Box Lunch, which was crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he seems like a really nice guy too, from all
So nice,
the
so
stuff
cool.
that I've seen of him. Yeah,
Yeah. He's literally Amon Esfandi, but just older.
yeah. Is he older than Amon?
I think so, yeah, because Amon's
Yeah,
young.
maybe.
Amon's a young buck. Yeah, Daniel Logan's been around, man, for a little bit.
Yeah, Yeah, that's who I'm hoping to interview is like Tamora and Daniel Logan and Iman. Those are my top three picks for interviewing if I
Yeah,
can.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, the Fet plaque is sick. Thank you. Yeah. Like I said, I dropped Ariel's link in the chat if you guys want to definitely get plaques if you can, if you're getting any autographs. Those are a
yep.
good way to do it. How are you displaying your plaques?
So I got this little. I think these are for like I don't know what these are for. I got them on Amazon, but it's like a little like this little acrylic
Yeah.
thing, and I just have them right now like this on display.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I have these for now. I wanted to try a shadow box, but I can't figure out how to mount the metal plaque onto like a shadow box background. I bought one and I tried some double-sided tape, and like the next day, one of them started like to slant and almost fall down. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep leaving them on the base for now. But I eventually want to find a way to put them in a shadow box because you could have them all lined up in a frame, looking nice, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Some sort of like picture frame with a mat in it,
Yeah.
or possibly like I was debating if they're this like a similar size to some of like the widescreen kind of hockey cards or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the wider.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
wonder if they're the same. Yeah, so maybe if there's like like sleeves that you can slide them in and put them in a binder, that would be cool as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
Tim, I'm off till Tuesday night. Oh, nice. Yeah. So photo ops and like, which one was your first one? Like, and
Ooh, ooh,
was that
that's a good
like how
question.
did you decide on your first photo op? Because you said you
So,
started doing the photo ops first, right? Before the autographs.
yeah, so my first photo ops was Anaheim Celebration 2022, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I gotta just look at the thumbnail for the video I did because I know I put it in the thumbnail. So my very first photo op ever. Oh, it's so dope. It's actually right here. I have them all on the wall right here in front of me. My very first photo op ever was Gustavo Fring, Moff Gideon.
Oh,
So
nice.
I picked this because, well, one, like Giancarlo's amazing. I love him in everything that he's in, but I loved him in Breaking Bad so much. So I I did that, and then so while I was out there, I'm like, well, let me get a couple more, but I spread it out. So I did one a day. So I was there for the 4 days. I did Giancarlo on the first day. The second day was the dual photo op. The third day was a no brainer. It was this guy's first convention and not his last because ever since this con, he's been everywhere. Freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah.
I I did that on day 3, and then Sam Witwer on day 4. So all of them I have connections to, like Obi-Wan's Obi-Wan, Sam Witwer's Darth Maul, our favorite character, freaking Darth Maul, and
Yeah.
then uh the Boba Fett's, I love the prequels, and then Gustavo, I love Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and The Mandalorian. So that's kind of why I chose all of them, just because I had connections to all of them, and I wanted to experience it. And I think part of it too was just to for the channel. Like since I have a channel, it'd be cool to talk about that experience in the video and to show it as much as I
Yeah.
could. So that's another thing that pushed me. And like I had good experiences with all 4. So from then I'm like, man, this is gonna be an addiction. And I still do it, but not as much as that. Like I don't do 4 at a time now, but every now and then it might just be one at a con, depending on what it is and who's there.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 because at MegaCon I got a couple, but it depends who's there and how rare they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, you went to Chicago and got the dual and the
Yep.
single Luke Skywalker one. Yeah. So that must have been a pretty pricey trip. That one.
Oh, it was so oh my I like thank God they dropped at separate times because like I couldn't do that all at once. It killed me. And like thankfully, since we do content, it's a tax write-off for me. So at least there's that little bit of like at least it's a little bit of a write-off. But yeah, oh my I was broke the whole summer because of that. That was ridiculous pricing.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I'm glad like the ones I'm seeing aren't like
Oh,
200-300 bucks there each. So
oh
it's
yeah,
kind of reasonable. Like for the Tamora and the C3PO, both
it
of those
is.
photo ops, it's like just over 300, so that's not too bad. Yeah. Um, how about the like, because you said you took the take the book to take your photo ops home in,
Yeah.
plaques, you just carry them in your bag like loose like that, I would imagine, because
Yeah. Yeah,
they're pretty decent
you
quality.
you know the cardboard that he sends it in between the
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
I bring that, so I literally have the two cardboard. I take it out, get the plaque signed. I put it in between the two cardboards and put that in my backpack in like a little sleeve that where it won't like slide around a lot. But I bring that cardboard with me. So bring that cardboard with you.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's what I did last year too. So I'm gonna do
Yeah.
the same. Like
Yep.
I put some tape on the two ends just to kind of
Keep it
kept the
sealed. Yeah.
cardboard together.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I'll do this year again as well. How about the like walking around on the floor? Is there a good day to go for you, like that you find? Because
S-
I know Saturdays are usually the busiest days. Um,
Yeah.
like, do you try and go on the first day to kind of get the better pick of like collectibles and stuff, or do you wait till the last day to try and get some of the deals? Because I've heard you can get some deals on the last day at some of these like smaller conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like do you have an ideal day that you can go that you'd like to go if you only go for one day?
So if you're only going for one day, honestly, if you want to go, well, one, you might not have a choice if the person you want to see is only there for one day. But say if that's not an issue, the first day is usually the slowest. So if it starts on a Thursday, that Thursday is going to be nice. If it starts on a Friday, usually the Friday won't be bad. Saturday and Sunday are always packed a zoo. So if you want to deal with less craziness, you could avoid those if you're doing one day. I honestly try to do as many days as I can just to spread it out and just to not go crazy in one day. But if you're only gonna do one day, usually that first day is the best because it'll be the least crowded. And if there's something good you really want, it's probably not going to last 3 days. So you'll see it that first day. On the flip side, though, if you want to get some steals and deals, that last day, that last hour, all those dudes like, I don't want to pack this up. I don't want to take this home. You could get some crazy deals if you're there that long. But a lot of times I'm old. I'm too tired to be there the whole day on the last day. But
Yeah.
if you could go the last day and get there late and stay till they close, you could rack up on some good deals for sure.
Yeah, see, I've never done that either. Like I said, I've been only like on the Saturdays every time I've gone so far.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how the Friday afternoon is here, and then the Sunday as well. Because yeah, like you said, deals on the Sunday, so that could be really cool as well. Um,
Yeah.
for some of these cons, though, like say Fan Expo, you've gone to numerous Fan
Yeah.
Expos now.
Yep.
Do you find that there's a lot of the same vendors at these shows, like say MegaCon compared to Chicago Fan Expo? Do you see a lot of the same vendors?
Yes. So I've been to MegaCon 4 or 5 times, and Fan Expo runs MegaCon. But
Yeah,
Fan Expo Chicago was my first one that was titled Fan Expo, and I didn't know what to expect. Bro, when I walked in, I'm like, yo, this is MegaCon, but in Chicago. It felt the same, it looked the same. There were some of the same vendors, right? So like the bigger brands. So like there's a comic book company, I think they're called Unknown. I think they're based out of Texas, but they do all the Fan Expo. So I saw their booth because I'm like, that looks just like the booth I saw in Orlando when they were
yeah,
there. So
yeah,
there's some of those, but then there's all I would say there's probably more of the local vendors because you're gonna have your local toy stores, your local comic book shops, your local resellers. So you'll have a lot of local different booths, but then you're gonna have a lot of the same big staple guys that travel with the show, kind of like the guests. You'll have a lot of the same guests that travel. There's some of the vendors, but there is a lot of like new local vendors that are only they live in Chicago, so they're gonna go to the show.
yeah, yeah. That's the same here because like I noticed. Actually, I mean, I think I noticed it in your recent video, the Chicago one. They got that big booth with the artwork that you put the light behind and it shines through. They got
Yeah,
like
yeah,
those booths there. Yeah, they
yeah,
go to
yeah,
con up here, like the Fan Expo ones, and same with like the bigger lightsaber companies go to these cons here. That
yeah.
I see them at both of them so far. So it'll be interesting when I go to Niagara Falls Comic Con, which isn't run by Fan Expo. It should be
Oh,
interesting to
it's
see what they
different. Yep.
kind of the stuff they bring and the
Yeah.
guests that they bring. So yeah, no, that should be cool. Is like, do you kind of hold off on more of the collectibles, or like if you know there's an artist that's going to be at the next Comic Con, like another location, do you just kind of hold off on that, or
So no, it depends. Like if it's something that I can get off Amazon or a Target or Walmart or GameStop, I don't really stress like normal things like that. But I dig for the random stuff. That's the thing that I look for. Stuff that either one I didn't know exist, or it's like it's $1, it's $5. I got um a Lego at Tampa Bay Comic Con. I didn't buy anything the whole show. I bought one Lego figure, minifig, and it was the Slave Leia Lego, the older one, like a real Slave Leia Lego. And when I
oh
saw it,
wow,
I'm like, yo, that's rare. It was $20. I'm like, I want that because I know there's a new barge releasing with her, but it's $500. And like, I don't want to spend $500 on a Lego set when I just want little Slave Leia. So I found her. So you might find a rare random gem like that, but that's what
yeah,
I try to just keep an eye on for stuff that I never see this for sale. Like like this is a really good example. I saw this was a random toy show. Bro, I've never seen a Yoda Pez dispenser.
yeah, not that big, anyways. I think I have a small one, but I don't have that one.
Yeah, so stuff like this I think is from 2006. Yeah, 2006. This is super old. So that's what I try to look for, stuff that's like unique that I won't find at your regular GameStop or, on
Yeah,
Funko's website or
or
Hasbro's
Amazon,
website.
like you said. Yeah,
Yeah, like stuff like this. Like this is just super random and I love it. He's just there looking at me all the time. Little Yoda.
yeah. So would that be like a suggestion to new con goers? Just kind of go for like the more kind of harder to find, the rare stuff, the stuff you don't see in stores, because like
Yep.
you probably know, like the Funkos, there's probably like more than a dozen Funko booths there, and they're all selling like all the same stuff. And I'm like, what, I can get this somewhere else, right? Unless
Ex-
unless it's a really great deal and it's one that
yeah.
I've been trying to get, I don't go for that stuff. Like I said, I go for the art for the most part, and now like the
Yeah.
autographs and photo ops now. So it's like,
The
yeah, those are
art.
the three main things.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like, stay away from that stuff. Like, if it's a Funko booth, unless it's like a old like 2017 Celebration exclusive or 2019 Chicago exclusive, like something that you're not going to see at your local store, then by all means, yeah. But the art prints is a dangerous thing, man. I know you're bit by that bug, but like you
Yeah,
have that one artist that has great stuff that's always out there. For me, I'm terrified for Japan Celebration because in London, I got my first. Oh, I have them right here. I got my first taste of the artist alley over there because, like, their official, like, the people that are there, they do work with Lucasfilm, and the art prints they bring to celebration, they're numbered out of like 200, and you could only get them there. So
right.
I got three in London, and now it's like I think in Japan, I want to get like all of them. So they're numbered out of 250. So Joe Hogan did this one, this Dooku print, Tales of the Jedi. Like this thing is beautiful, and you could see like Europe Celebration number 66 out of 250,
Yeah,
right? So
that's awesome.
that was my first print, and then this one is by what is his name? It is Brandon Kenny. It's called "We'll Handle Them." We'll handle this. So
Yeah, the Duel of the Fates.
same thing, number 66 out of 250. He signed it. So I had to get this one. Like this is gorgeous. And you could only get it there. And then
Yeah,
the last one I got is from Chris D, Unbreakable Bond. Like this thing is beautiful.
yeah, that one's fire. That's
Yeah.
probably my favorite one.
Yeah. And it
Yeah,
shows them from both Clone Wars and Rebels and the Broken Shards, but same thing, number 66 out of 250, Europe
yeah,
Celebration. So I'm bringing that giant binder to Japan. And like, honestly, I probably want to spend most of my money showing love to those artists there and maybe getting a bunch of their prints because it's usually 10 to 15 of them there. And two of those artists I still talk to regularly all the time, or I see them at other shows. So of
Yeah.
course, those three that I bought, I'm 100% buying whatever they make for Japan, and then I'm probably gonna like maybe meet a few more new artists. But yeah, that's where it's at for me is those art prints, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Star Wars Nerd says, yo, I had a Charlie Brown Pez dispenser like that. That's awesome.
Nice.
Tim says Tony has some of the coolest Star Wars products. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like all the random stuff too. Like the
That's
random stuff's the best.
that's my favorite. Like I don't even want like new stuff. I just give me a random thing I didn't know existed. Like when you sent
Yeah.
me that mall Pepsi,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that thing. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love stuff like that.
Yeah. It's totally random. And like, how many other people are going to have that, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Tim said, bro, I want that. I think he's talking
Yes.
about the print. Yeah.
Oh, the prints. Yeah.
Yeah. Execute Order 66.
And
Yes.
like two of those artists, like because like I covered, you know, that they're gonna be at the art show, and I showed everyone's art. I made a video about, hey, these are all the art prints you could get there. Two of them, they loved it. They gave me an extra print for free, and they were like, hey, use this as a giveaway on your channel. I was like, yo, that's so cool. So I think my 3,000 subscriber giveaway, I gave away those two of those prints because I had extras of them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a tough one though for the giveaways because you got like, unless you're shipping domestically, they like stuff that's oversized like that. It's tough to
Oh yeah,
pay for
yeah.
shipping, right? Like I
Yep.
know I've asked some artists about prints coming to Canada from the States, and it's
It's
just too much
pricey.
for me to. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm lucky that the two artists that I have the most prints from are somewhat local to me. One's like
Yes.
30 minutes from me. The other one's like about 3 hours from me. So
One of them's
they're
that stained glass lady, right?
yeah, and
Dude, she's
so
the
I got
best.
to actually order some more off of her
Yeah,
because actually let me bring up her Instagram. I'll show you some of her stuff.
dude, it's awesome. She's her stuff. I think she just did a chopper one like someone recently.
Yeah, she did a chopper one, so I have the chopper one. I'll show you those in a minute, but let me share my screen here. Yeah, so she's like 3 hours away from me, and I gotta order some more because I asked her, I'm like, "Are you gonna be at the con in Edmonton?" She's like, "No, I didn't get a table because they for some reason or another she didn't get a table this year, but she did like a
Mm.
Queen Amidala one, which looks awesome. So I want to
Ooh,
get that one.
yeah.
Um, yeah, there's the Mando and the Father and the Son.
Oh, he's got a little halo. It looks like.
Yeah, no, I think they all have the little halo. So which I like that they're all kind of very
Yeah,
similar style,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and they're all unique at the same time. So I definitely gotta get that one.
Ooh,
Yeah, she did like
pregnant Padme.
yeah,
Damn, that's so nice.
Cody. So I want to get that
Ooh,
one. The Commander,
Cody.
right? Execute
Yes,
Order 66.
that's
Yeah, so
nice.
I love her stuff, and like she'll always send like a nice little note when she sends up the prints because like I've ordered from her a couple times. Just
Yeah.
she sent them up, and yeah, no, she's really sweet. Sending it like a little note and thank you note with it and stuff. So she's really great to deal with. Yeah, and I got the mall one already.
So good.
Yeah, Ezra. I gotta get the Ezra one. The Ezra one looks very
Ooh,
cool too.
yeah. The
The
Purgles.
Purgle. Yeah,
Yeah,
the Lothwolves. Or
that's
sorry, the Wolf
nice.
Cat and the yeah. So she does some great stuff. But yeah, like you said with the prints that I can't get, like I got a couple that were made out of like I don't know, he made them out of like old wrappers, like
Oh
candy
yeah,
wrappers.
I
Have you
remember
seen
that
that
video.
guy?
I remember your video where you got that and you showed it. That's so unique.
Yeah. So he's based out of the States. So I asked him how much it costs for shipping, and he said, "Well, it's going to be too pricey to ship it to Canada from the States
Yeah,
if I wanted something else." But yeah, no, he did. He makes them out of like candy wrappers, right? So
that's insane.
yeah,
Insane.
but he's based in the States, so maybe he'll come to like one of the cons down near where you are.
Yeah, I'll have to grab something for sure if he does.
Yeah. So for Wet Jet Nick says
Nick,
you're
what up?
and Nick, what's up? Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to the artists and stuff. So we covered autographs. Oh, photo ops. So yeah, stuff like what kind of preparation for the photo ops do you do? Because like you said, you can be in line for a while. The power banks are like kind of a good idea. Um, the book,
The
like you said, for taking the photos after. Yeah, like what kind of, is there any preparation or anything involved for the photo ops that you do that you get or
So before I go, I always like to get a nice fresh haircut. I want to look nice in this picture, right? But not
yeah,
everyone has to do that. But I always try to get a t-shirt that will go with the photo op. And like there's been times where I've done maybe like two in a day and I've switched t-shirts because a lot of
yeah,
times you'd be surprised how much of a conversation piece of the right t-shirt could be. Like this shirt that I was wearing with Mark Hamill, when I walked up to Mark, the first thing he said to me was, "Oh my God, I've never seen that shirt." And he was super excited, super happy. So like that's one thing that don't take for granted because that could sometimes get you extra time. And oh, Ricky, I hate Ricky. So Ricky, haircuts is a
yeah.
prep for
Nick
photo op.
agrees for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nick agrees with you. Yeah,
but Ricky got like an extra 30 seconds, almost a minute with Mark and Hayden because of his t-shirt. And I was three people behind him. So I saw it all. I saw it happen in real time. So Ricky walks up to Mark and Hayden who are sitting down, and you're supposed to go behind them to pose for the photo. But when he walked up, they stopped him and they were like, "Oh my God, I love your shirt. I've never seen that. Did you make that? Where'd you get that from? I want to get that." So Ricky was standing in the front and they were both just drooling over his shirt. And then the people were like, sir, you gotta go behind. But like Mark Hayden and Ricky are all best friends all of a sudden, all because of his shirt. So that could be a crucial thing. If you get a unique
yeah,
custom shirt or something you don't see every day, they'll be like, wow, that's so cool. What I did, where's it at? Oh, this was such a baller moment. So I did in London, I did a dual photo op with Hayden and Hewen. They came
yeah,
to Orlando the next year. I took that photo op, put it on a shirt. Bro, these dudes
yeah,
went nuts. It felt like I was there forever. They kept staring at the shirt, looking down at the shirt, looking up at me, looking down at the shirt, looking up at me. It's like they were just like, "Oh my God, that's so cool. That's so awesome." So stuff like this, they love because like it shows that wow, like that you care, the memory, they might even remember it. So if you've done something with that person, stick it on a shirt. And like their reaction is amazing. Like, I'm so glad I did this. And like when I walked out, I felt like we were like best friends, like
yeah,
three brothers on summer break hanging out in Orlando. It was
yeah.
crazy. But shirt, definitely get a cool shirt that fits that moment for the photo. Like people sleep on that. And one thing, depending on who it is, sometimes if they're running late because they have panels or other autos or whatever, I just bought it. I've never brought it, but the retractable stool, the little stool
Oh,
thing,
yeah, yeah, yep,
I just got one because in Chicago I needed one and I didn't have one. So now that's a new staple thing. Mainly if you're going to be doing autos or photos, because you never know if the guest is running late, you're stuck in that line. Get
yeah,
one, get one of those stools. It makes a huge difference.
yeah. That's actually a really good idea because I at Calgary in April I was in line with my friend to get a um Todd McFarlane autograph. He waited to get Todd McFarlane's autograph, and
Yeah.
he came late. Like he probably came like half an hour late. So we were waiting and waiting, and like that. He's one guy that a lot of people go and get his autograph.
Yeah.
Like he brings in a lot of people. Um, yeah, the shirts are a good thing too because like actually I'll show you my photo ops from before. So
Yeah.
I'll show you them and then I'll get it because I didn't do the custom shirts that time. So let me show you those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first year, like I said, Carl Weathers. So that's Carl Weathers.
Ooh,
That's last year, and
so
so that's
cool.
another thing. So this year, I don't know if they didn't tell the people in the line, or they didn't, or maybe I didn't hear them because I was just like so starstruck on seeing like Carl Weathers. But
Yeah.
they tell you to remove the badge. They said you can
Oh,
put it in your pocket, whatever.
I always do that when
Yeah,
I'm in line. Yep.
yeah, and I
Always.
didn't know
Yep.
that. So I didn't know that this year. So there I am, looking like a noob with my pass around my neck, right? But
It
Still
still came
the
out.
photo is still awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, the photo came out beautiful,
So
man.
yeah, so this year I got it with
Ooh,
Dennis Lawson. Like I said,
ledge.
you're gonna love Dennis. He's a
Yeah,
great guy. So that, I think, yeah, he was probably my favorite person to meet so far.
nice.
Yeah, and then D, like I said, I did the photo, the table photo, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. You said you haven't done the table photo yet, right?
No, not yet. No,
Yeah, so what he'll do, he took my phone, and he's just like, he snapped like probably about
Uh,
half a dozen selfies with me,
yeah,
just like,
yeah,
yeah, make sure I
yeah,
got a good shot. And then like I saw somebody else go after me, and he took like probably a dozen of them. I'm like, how did you get like six more photos of him
yeah,
with me?
yeah. Oh
How
man,
is
that's
that fair?
cool.
But it's cool, yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't know if they all do it that way, or because like I've seen people with the photos, like somebody's holding it and take a photo of
yeah,
probably like their handler or someone's
yeah.
taking the photo.
Handler or like their friend or even the next person online be like, "Hey, can you take this photo real quick?" Sure, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. So yeah, this year, so I've got a custom shirt that says like a bantha, so I'm gonna wear that when I meet tomorrow.
Ooh, he's gonna say, see, that's perfect because
Yeah,
I guarantee you he's gonna be like a man. I bet you he'll
like a
say it. I
bantha.
bet you he'll do it.
Yeah,
Oh, I bet you he will do it.
and
Oh,
I'm debating if I should do like I should ask him to do like the pose, and we'll both do the handlebar pose.
oh, oh, that would be hilarious. So good,
Yeah,
like a banta. Oh my
yeah.
god.
And then C3PO. I have a shirt that says 2,700 and whatever the code is. The odds of surviving are
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
three
cool too.
thousand seven hundred twenty to one. It's just a number. So if you know, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I'm debating on like doing an updated version with like half of the shirt, like half of the C3PO head, and then the odds on the other side.
Oh, that would be
So
cool. That would be cool.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that might be cool for C3PO.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna do this take two shirts and wear them with each photo op. So yeah, I think that'll be cool
Yeah, that's the way to
for
go. I,
that.
I I know Nick has done that a bunch. Like when we went to Tampa Bay Comic Con, he had like 3 T-shirts. This man will go take a photo, come back to me,
Prepared.
go to his
Yeah,
bag, go to the bathroom, switch shirts, go to the next photo op. That yeah, that's how you got to do it. It just makes that picture a little bit more special when you have
yeah,
like that unique shirt on.
yeah. That's awesome. Nick says it's a big convention. If it's a big convention and you don't have the VIP, that stool is a lifesaver. Yeah.
Even if you have VIP, I had VIP in Chicago, and Hayden's autograph was backed up 3 hours. So even me being
Wow.
VIP, I had to wait 3 hours, and I didn't have a stool. Luckily, there was like a chair right by where I was, so I just took that chair. But if that chair wasn't there, I would have been standing for 3 hours, and it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, you're just talking about like ones on Amazon here, like
The
this
rich,
telescopic one. Yeah.
that's the I think that's the exact one that I got. Yep. Does it have
Yeah.
like
So
a lot of ratings? A lot of there's one that I got that had a ton of reviews. It was the best. It was the one that had the
I
most
mean, this one
reviews.
has 82 ratings. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
there's a bunch of them on Amazon. But like,
that's
does that fit in your backpack?
yeah,
Is it small
yeah,
enough? Yeah, it does.
yep,
Eh.
yep, yep. I
Okay,
just
that's
got
actually
it.
smart.
I just got it last
Yeah,
week. Yeah,
I don't know if I'll get one for this time, but that's yeah, no, that's definitely a good idea. I like that idea
yeah.
for like the photo ops. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. And even for autos, if you're just in case if they run late, because like in Chicago, Cameron Monaghan, his flight was late, so the dude didn't pull up till like 3 in the afternoon. People were in his line at 10 a.m. waiting for him. They waited till 3. So
That's
like
crazy.
you
That's
never know.
dedication.
It
Yeah,
is. It is.
yeah. Now, how about panels and stuff? Like, how do you decide which panels you want to go to? And obviously, you want to get like as close to the stage as possible without being in that VIP section, because I think VIP get that front like two or three rows or whatever, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. And then yeah, so like any advice for like the panels and like how to kind of pick and choose which panels you want to go to?
So always look at the panel options, see where they are, see the times. I did that for Chicago. There were a lot of panels that I wanted to check out, right? Bro, I didn't have time to go to none of them. I was too busy running from autograph to photo op to autograph. And I'm like, yo, I just missed every panel. So if you're doing a lot of photos and autos, you probably won't have time for the panels. So don't even stress it that much. But if you're not, just look at them and just make sure you have like, okay, on Friday, there's a panel at 2 I want. Honestly, the best thing to do is set an alarm on your phone because you might be just running around looking at stuff and time will pass you. But say if the panel's at 2, set an alarm for like 1:30. Oh, the panel starts. Let me head that way to try to get in. Now that's for like regular cons. Celebration, there's a ton of panels at Celebration that you could just walk into, but each day there's one main panel, like the big panel, like the Lucasfilm panel, the Mandalorian panel, the Ahsoka panel, and that one big panel is every day. I think it's like from 11 to noon, and you have to enter a raffle, a lottery to get into that panel. So for those, if you win the lottery, it makes it a little easier because you have a spot in there. Just show up 15 to 30 minutes before and you're good. If you don't win the lottery, then as soon as it opens at 10, you got to go line up for the standby line for a chance to get in.
Yeah.
So panels they're fun for sure, but I wouldn't stress panels as much because like sometimes you just miss a lot of the cool action on the floor with people in cosplay walking by, or maybe
Yeah.
you get to see more booths in Artist Alley. So like in London, we had VIP, so we got into every panel. I kind of regret doing every panel because you waste so much time getting there early, getting in, waiting for it to start, and then when you getting out takes forever. So
Yeah.
have more fun on the floor. Don't stress the panels too much.
Yeah. So where would you rank it? Like, would you rank it like photo ops, autographs, kind of seeing stuff on the floor, then
So
the panels at the bottom, kind of thing, if you
I
can?
I probably would rank the floor, like seeing the floor and seeing the cosplay first, because that's kind of free. Because not everyone that goes to cons is gonna buy
Yeah,
photos and
that's
autos.
true.
So I put photos and autos second, because like one, just do the free stuff. There's so much free stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, my first 4 years, I never did photos and autos. Had the time of my life. Now I'm addicted and I'm done. But I would say, yeah, like the floor, seeing the cosplay, getting the free stuff, because you get tons of free bags, keychains, lanyards, stickers everywhere. Then photos, autos. I will put panels last because like they just could be such a pain to get into for the good juicy ones.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of like my plan too. Like Friday, I'm gonna go and check out the floor. I might check out a panel or two, and then like
Yeah.
Saturdays when I got my 2 photo ops booked.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna be doing like the photo ops, the autographs on Saturday, and then Sunday is just gonna be like maybe do another tour of the floor and stuff, and
Yeah.
maybe a couple more panels. So, um, would you say it's advantageous, I guess, to go with the 3 day if it's kind of in your budget?
Yeah, I always, and even for London, when I was making my videos before London, there were so many people that like, yeah, I'm going, but I'm just doing 1 day. I told every one of them, and even these smaller cons, these fan expos, no matter what it is, if it's a decent sized con, 1 day usually is never enough because you don't want to feel forced, you don't want to feel rushed. And I find on day 2, day 3, you find stuff that you did not see at all. And even after that, like I was rewatching my Chicago video and I saw stuff in there that I didn't see while I was there, but it was in my video. I was like, how did I not notice that? So I always recommend, if you can afford the extra day or the full 3 days or the full 4 days, always do it because it'll just make your life easier. You won't have to like stay there the full day from 10 to 7 and be exhausted. You could leave at 3 or 4 knowing you could come back the next day. So I always recommend doing as much as you can. It helps in the long run for sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm kind of looking forward to it this year. I don't have to feel rushed around like
Yep.
walking the floor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, Blade of Merrick's as well. That's super helpful. Need to buy that portable stool. Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
in that's gonna be in my shopping cart. There, I'm gonna have to get that for take it with me to Niagara Falls. I think so.
Yeah, because you never
Um,
know. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not
yeah,
have it.
yeah, especially if it fits in your backpack like that.
Yep.
Diego says hello. I'm new. Hey Diego, thanks for
What's up,
hopping in the
Diego?
chat. Tim says, seriously, Star Wars looks like you have a pretty dope collection too. Thanks, Tim. Yeah.
Oh, Yeah.
Yeah,
You look at
check out my
watch it.
collection video. Yeah, watch my
Yeah.
collection room tour. Yeah, I've
Yes.
got some neat stuff here too. So, um,
Yes.
yeah, what was I going to ask you? Yeah, so like Star Wars Celebration compared to like some of these other cons, like these smaller cons, um, is there like a big difference? Depend like
Oh my
going like
God.
yeah,
It's so,
like
bro.
and like how is like doing photo ops at Celebration compared to like a smaller con like MegaCon or ICC?
Celebration, when you go to your first one, man, it's so special. If you love Star Wars, now other conventions are fun, like MegaCon, Fan Expo, New York Comic Con, but like when you go to those cons, it's a mix of everything. You got Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, DC, anime. So it's cool, it's a variety. But when you go to Celebration, literally everybody is you. Everyone is a huge Star Wars nerd. The one thing that's unique about Celebration, it's not like the internet. It's not toxic. Everybody there is happy. They want to be there. They're in a good mood. It's such a unique energy I've never felt anywhere in my life but at Celebration, which is why I haven't missed since 2017. Like you feel at home there. It's just such a vibe. So it's a different experience than your other con. A lot of the stuff is similar, like the booths, the photo ops, the autographs, because like Epic Photo Ops does Celebration, they do Fan Expo. So that experience is basically the same. I mean, it might be a little bit crazier at Celebration because it's a bigger con, it's more crowded, but how everything runs is the same as a MegaCon Fan Expo because it's all Epic Photo Ops. So at least that's the same. But just like, bro, if the next one's in the States, Chris, you have to come. I don't want to hear nothing
Yeah, I
about
gotta.
no currency difference, nothing. You have to experience it, and it's magical. It's magical, man.
Yeah, that's something I want to do. Like, because I probably won't bring back any collectibles or anything. I might get like a photo op or two if I go to my first
And
Star Wars
plaques.
Celebration. Yeah, and
Bring back
plaques maybe.
plaques.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right. But yeah, I wouldn't be spending a whole lot of money on any other stuff other than the con and stuff because I would just go to enjoy it and stuff like that, right? And record,
Yeah.
obviously, get some content. But
Oh,
yeah, how
so
about
much fun.
ICC though? Because like that's kind of a newer con. You've been last year. You're going again this year. Like I've heard that things are a little bit laid back. You don't have to like the
Dude,
lineups aren't as big for some of the celebrities and
it's literally Celebration. So when I went to ICCC, I was like, this is weird. I feel like I'm at Celebration. So my first 5 minutes in, I was like, I'm never missing this con again in my life. And it literally is Celebration, less crowded, cheaper, and it doesn't have like the big panel with the new Ahsoka trailer reveal. Like you won't get that first look there, but everything else was Celebration. The booths, the panels they had there, they had nice panels, like regular panels, the photos, the autos, like great stars. And like you said, it's small, bro. I love how everything happens to be right by me. That's how messy this room is. At ICCC, I got Zeb, Sabine, Hera, and Ezra's autographs in 30 minutes, bro. I literally went from one to the other with this poster and got 4 autographs in about 30 minutes. That is
yeah,
unheard of anywhere. Unheard of anywhere. So yeah, ICCC, man. If man next year, like if there's no celebration next year is in Japan, but like the next year or the following year, if there's not a celebration in the States and you want to like experience celebration, come to Nashville, Tennessee. You could apply for press, you'll get in free, just make the trip. Bro, it's special. And this year should be nuts because there's like 16 of us that are content creators that we all know each other that are going. Like
yeah,
me,
yeah,
Ricky, Jose, Nilda, Flex, Beyond the Dune Sea, Mortis, Will of the Forest, like Tiara, Crafting on Ilum. There's a ton of us going. So we're all gonna be there for like 4 days. It's gonna be like summer
yeah.
camp.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That I would like to go to at least one ICC just to kind of check it off my bucket list there.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe 2026 knockout ICCC and then 2027 celebration for you.
yeah, Yeah, so I guess like hardly any line for the guests. Were the prices a little bit cheaper at ICC as well?
No, yeah, it wasn't bad at all. I think all those autos from the Rebels were there were $60 each. I think
That's
Ian
not
McD
bad.
yeah, that's not Ian McDermott. I think he was like 100 for his auto there. So no, the pricing isn't too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and I saw your pricing for this year's, and I think Lando was the most expensive one. So
Lando was the most, but Lando is Lando OG. He's rare. He's old, so of
yeah,
course. But the rest, like the range was like 40 to like 80 on average for
that's
most
crazy.
people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
and some are cheap. Like Timothy Zahn's $10. I might bring my Thrawn Funko, my Thrawn vintage figure.
Yeah,
I might bring everything
be
with
like,
Thrawn.
here's
It's
50
ten
bucks.
bucks.
Autograph these 5 things. Yeah,
Yeah, like that's crazy to me. That's so crazy. I almost want to be like Tim, charge a little more. You're special. You're a special
yeah,
guy.
yeah. So like for out of town cons, because you go to MegaCon, that's pretty close to you. You go to Ocala, that's pretty close to you.
Yeah.
Out of town ones, because like they don't usually put the tickets up for a con until I don't know, like 4 months before. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I guess you get all your other stuff booked and out of the way there? Because like that's kind of what I did this year for. I mean, for next year for Niagara Falls, I got the flight and hotel
Yeah.
booked now, so I don't have to worry about that. I just got to get the tickets or apply for the press pass, and hopefully I get that for Niagara. But is that similar to what you do? You get all your travel and lodging booked.
So the biggest thing, and most people have the traditional mindset where they're like, I'm gonna buy the ticket first, then I'll look at the hotels. Wrong, wrong, wrong. So if there's a con coming up and I know the dates and I'm interested, I book the hotel instantly. Expedia.com, free cancellations. I literally have a hotel booked in San Fran right now. I don't know if I'm going, but I have it booked. I have San Diego booked for next summer in case I go to San Diego Comic Con. I might not go, but I
Nice.
have a hotel. I have Dallas booked for next August for Rebel Scum Con. So literally, Expedia free cancellations, you could book now and make that decision later. And I found booking early, you get the best hotel rates and options. Because if you wait till the tickets drop, like 2 years ago, I wanted to go to San Diego Comic Con. So I booked my hotel like 10 months before it, and tickets came out, tickets sold out, hotel sold out, all in the same few days. But when I
Wow.
looked at the hotel pricing after tickets came out, my hotel that I booked in San Diego, I think it was like 1,200 or 1,500 for like a week, which isn't that bad for San Diego. That same hotel after tickets sold out was $6,000. The
Oh
price was
wow.
insane. So,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're thinking about going to a show, book your hotel right meow, because
Yeah.
you're gonna get the best deal. And if you can't go with Expedia, you could cancel up until the day before you check in, which is beautiful.
Yeah, because I think you pay a little extra to get the free
A little bit.
cancellation. I think it
Yeah,
is. Yeah, but
yeah.
I think
So
it's worth it.
it's worth it. So, like, say you want to do book now, pay there. The rate per day is like maybe $2 or $3 more a day instead of if you pay now. So it's only like a couple bucks, but it's so worth it. So that's the biggest thing is that. And then once you get your tickets to the show, then I start looking at flights, and then I'll kind of like stalk the flight for a few weeks, maybe a few months, just to see what the price range is. And when I see it dip back to what the lowest is, then I'll usually pull the trigger.
Yeah. So like, how far in advance do you start looking at flights? Because I know for me, like through Expedia, I was able to book the hotel and the flight at the same time.
Oh,
But
nice.
I think I'm only about like 9 months away. But say you're like a year, like you're more than a year ahead for some of these shows, some of these cons.
Yeah.
Like when would you start looking at a hotel? Like how many months before?
Oh, as soon as possible. The hotels, you could look right away and
Yeah,
book
the
right
flights are a
away.
little bit. The flights
The
are a little bit
flights the
later.
the flights are a little bit different. Like sometimes you can't look that far in advance, but what I kind of do is try to find a similar like date range, maybe the year before or like close to it. That way I could
Right.
just have like a ballpark idea. Okay, this is what the cost might be around, and these are kind of like my flight times and options and airports. So you gotta kind of gotta play that depending on when the con is. But the hotel literally right away. If it'll let you book it now, and then just keep stocking the flights until you get your tickets. That way you know you're going for sure. Then buy the flight.
Yeah. So basically, like if you're going to a con, let's say next July, you're gonna look at July this year coming up or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to get like a reference point
Yeah,
for
reference.
for
Yeah,
flights. Yeah.
yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I was lucky enough because I think we're not too far away from May now, so I was able to get it all in one. So I'm happy about that.
Nice.
So yeah, I think we talked about pretty much everything. What about organization, like to keep you getting to this stuff on time, like all your photo ops, all your panels you want to go to. Um,
Ooh.
I think you said alerts on your phone. Is that what you do? Because
Yeah.
I noticed at least for like the Fan Expo cons, like I got an app for Edmonton Fan Expo here, and there's one for like Calgary. So I don't know. Do they have
Yeah.
an app on your
Oh
phone
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
MegaCon and stuff?
So yeah, all the cons have apps. What I do, and you don't have to do this, but I'm old school, so I like having the physical. I'll print
Nice.
all my photo ops. So like for Chicago,
Oh yeah, yeah, the
I
QRs.
I printed everything. You don't have to because usually they can scan it off your phone. But I like having this because then I'm like, okay, today's Friday. I got my autograph. I got my photo op. And then, all right, here's Saturday. This is what I got Saturday. This is what I got Sunday. That way, when I go, I'll have this handy. And then, yeah, you could set an alarm on your phone because if you have more than one, you definitely want to set an alarm because you don't want to be like having so much fun walking around filming, and time might pass you by. So
Yeah,
definitely alarms on your phone. And I love printing this just to have it, the physical. And like worst case scenario, like what if your battery dies? What if the connection doesn't connect to the internet and you're in line and you're next? And I'm always like, oh my God, I can't show you my QR code. The internet's
yeah.
not working. So I'm scared.
Have the
I
backup.
have that.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it looks like you just put it in your book for all your photos. Is that what you did?
Yep. It's
Same book.
literally right in the front. So
Yeah.
yep.
So do you use the app at all then to like kind of get a
Well,
rough idea?
I use the app to see because with the app you could literally see all the panels and you could like favorite the ones you want to go to. So
Yeah,
so you could use that as a reference. Okay, what panels? Let me go to my wish list on here, and you could see. But then you'll still want to set an alarm on your phone for like the photo op or the panel or whatever it is. But the app is great because it shows you every possible thing you could do that day. So say it's like 3 o'clock, you're bored on the floor. What should I do next? Open up the app and just see, hey, what's going on right now at 3 o'clock? And it's really useful in that sense too.
yeah, yeah. Because you said a lot of these cons have apps. So yeah, like I said, Calgary, Edmonton here. I'm assuming all the Fan Expo ones have it.
Yeah. Yep.
I see ICC has one as well. So if you're going to ICC, I guess
Yes.
that's pretty handy.
Yep.
How about Star Wars Celebration? Do they have their own app for that too, or
Yep.
no?
Yeah. And
They do, eh? Okay.
I still have them on my phone. Hold on. Where is it?
Yeah, because I would imagine, well, with the Fan Expo ones, they just update it every year before the show. So I'd imagine they do the same thing for that app as well.
Well, they never updated the 2017 Orlando app, so I still have that app for Orlando on here. But the Chicago app, they updated for Anaheim, then they updated it for London. So I still have where'd it go? I still have the London app. Why isn't it working? Oh yeah, yeah. So I still have the London app, but this will probably update to Japan
Tokyo,
and
right? Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's gonna update for
yeah.
sure.
So the apps are kind of a good way to keep you organized too. But I like the bringing the paper copy of all your photo op stuff just in case.
Yes.
Like you said, if your phone dies or something, or like the internet connection, that's a pretty
Yeah.
good idea. I like
The
that.
the app also is useful for the map because a lot of time the first time you'll see the floor map for these shows is on there. That way,
Yeah,
if you see the map, okay, I know I have a photo op at one. It's back here in the corner. I know the autographs are over here. There's the food court when I get hungry. There's the Funko booth. So like for celebration, me and Ricky like we strategize with those maps like it's a war plan. Like okay, the first two booths we got to go to get these pins. They're over here on this side. We got to line up by here so we could run to these booths. So the maps are super useful if you're trying to get stuff done.
yeah, awesome, perfect. So yeah, we've been chatting for a little bit of almost an hour and a half here. So I think we've covered pretty much everything for like beginners, like a beginner's guide for
Yeah.
going to any con. Do you have any last minute advice you can think of?
No, just when you go, have fun, don't stress.
Hmm.
Um, Especially if it's a big con, you will never be able to get everything done that you want to do. Even me, I planned to the T and I still get half of the stuff done that I want to get done. So you got to just learn to accept that, learn to go with the flow cuz like things might not go the way that you plan. It's okay. It happens to everyone. It's been happening to me for almost a decade. Just have fun, do what you could do. And like again, you don't have to spend a ton of money to have a blast. My first 4
No.
years, bro, I bought nothing, time of my life. So if you can afford it, cool. If not, rack up all the free stuff because everyone has free goodies. I would leave with bags full of free stuff. So always take advantage of that too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I agree. I think yeah, just go and enjoy yourself. Like I said, like for me, I went my first year and I just kind of walked around and enjoyed myself. I didn't even record any content for my channel that first year. I went a
Yeah.
couple of years ago. So yeah, go and enjoy yourself. Try not to stress out. Like Tony said, like you won't be able to get everything done. Like I've got panels I want to see, but I'm not going to be able to see all my panels. I don't think
Yeah.
just because of some of the other stuff that's going to be going on there as well. But yeah, organized. Take snacks with you, water, the power banks, the stool is a great idea.
Yep.
Oh, the backpack. What about a backpack? Like, is there a specific one that you like to use?
Oh, well, I just use my Nike backpack because it's called the Nike RPM backpack. And the reason I love that one, it does have a lot of pockets and like, it's convenient in that sense. But I just like it for the pins because it has all those spots like an army bag for all the pins
Nice.
on it. So that's what I use and that's what I've always used. But like literally any bag will work as long as it's on your back and has pockets for stuff. But
Yeah,
I use the specific, it's called Nike RPM, and it has like a ton of pockets everywhere on it. So it's really useful.
awesome. Well, thank you very much, Tony, for coming on the channel. You want to let people know where they can find you if they're not already following you?
Yep, YouTube Star Wars Sith 66 and Sith Talk clips, and Instagram is Star Wars Sith 66. You can find me both of those spots. And thanks for having me on, man. This was a blast.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate getting all your expertise into going to some of these cons, and hopefully it
Yes.
helps some of these first timers and even people
Yeah.
who maybe aren't as experienced as you are. But thanks everyone for joining in on the chat there, and we'll see everyone in the next video.